The vaccines, Pfizer and Moderna, which are messenger RNA, and Johnson & Johnson, which is adenoviral DNA, they actually code, the genetic code is for the Wuhan wild type spike protein, the original spike protein that came out of the lab in Wuhan, China. That's how they got the code. So in fact, the code was transferred from the Chinese lab, for instance, to Moderna and Pfizer. By the way, that happened before the pandemic even started. That code is the original Wuhan code. That's what they're using for the vaccines. You can find this out, by the way, in Peter Bregan's new book, COVID-19 and the Global Predators, We Are the Prey. That book is nonfiction. It's completely factual. It's got 1,000 citations. But if you want to see how the genetic code for the spike protein and the vaccine manufacturers, how all that was worked out so quickly, and how that was done, in a sense, almost ahead of the respiratory illness, it's all there in the book. But the point is, the code hasn't changed. The Delta variant is the most mutated variant. The spike protein has undergone what's called antigenic escape. And that was shown in a paper by Fahrenholt, another one by Venkata Krishnan. That is, the spike protein is sufficiently changed to where the antibodies directed against it can't completely stop it now. And the vac is also created what's called differential efficacy. There's several papers that show that. One is by Puranak et al. From the Mayo Clinic in New York, in a big paper. Another one by Nordstrom from Sweden. They both show, by the way, there is a winner of the vaccine program. The winner is Moderna. Moderna, in every analysis that I'm aware of, has more protection against COVID-19 than the other vaccines. Moderna has 100 micrograms of messenger RNA compared to only 30 micrograms with Pfizer. So Moderna is more than 3 times as strong as Pfizer, and it makes sense. It probably creates a greater, more intense library of antibodies directed against the spike protein. Now, the vaccine immune response is very narrow. What I mean by this, it's only against the spike protein. We know the natural immunity now is directed antibodies against 27 different proteins. So 27 different proteins compared to 1. And on top of that, the natural immunity involves really robust T cell immunity. I talked about, there's a test called the T-detect test, but we have T helper, T presenter, natural killer cells, plasma cells. So the natural immunity is robust, complete, and durable. The vaccine immunity is limited to about 6 months. It's coded against the original wild type spike protein. It's not covering Delta very much. So we've seen 2 things happen. We've seen the vaccines, in a sense, run out of protection this summer. There's a paper by Cohn and colleagues from the VA, huge sample size, over 700,000 individuals, and they show vaccine protection falling off a cliff in September of this year. And they all go down. Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson go down massively in September, mainly because we've hit a 6-month anniversary date from when most people got vaccinated and the shading in of the Delta variant.